Hi everyone, it's
Hi.
Miss Trendler and Miss Pearson here. I'm the literacy coordinator across the school.
And I'm the phonics coordinator across the school.
And we're going to go over some phonics training so that you have a bit of an awareness of what we're doing in school and what you can be doing at home to support your child with their reading and their handwriting too. So I'm just going to go into present with me one sec while I present my screen. And here we go.
I'm very impressed.
Wow.
So reading changes everything. I like that quote. It's from Read Write Inc., which we don't use, but I really like that because if your child is able to read, it just affects everything that they can do, all their choices, how they access everything that they get in school.
And it's just going to set them up so they have the best possible life chances, really.
Yes.
So at Larkrise, we use the Letters and Sounds phonics programme, which matches and supports our main reading scheme, Bug Club. And yeah, the following slides are going to talk you through that a little bit more.
For phase 1 in Letters and Sounds, we're developing listening skills, and phase 1 starts in nursery, but we do actually use a lot of the activities throughout the school. It's good to keep practicing using rhyme and
rhythm, alliterations, even in year 6, and
blending and segmenting.
Mm-hmm. And you can always just pause this video and have a bit more of an in-depth read through this slide.
And there's some of the children using the musical instruments, and they were kind of taking turns. So it shows how they're listening and then interacting with each other in a really good way.
Very sweet. Learning turn taking and all sorts of different skills.
So it aims to help sort of build speaking and listening. So they're getting ready for reading and using their phonics by the time they get to reception when they start phase 2. And then they become hopefully fluent readers by the age of 7. That's what we're aiming for. So they should following a systematic programme at Larkrise.
Fantastic. She looks very sweet there, that little girl spelling words. Okay, so there are 6 overlapping phases to Letters and Sounds, and you can access them all at this website, www.letters-and-sounds.com. And there's also the jollylearning.co.uk website, which has lots of free resources on. And I think you have free resources on the Letters and Sounds website too.
And we use the Jolly Phonics in nursery and reception to help the children remember the sounds.
Fantastic.
There's sometimes a little bit of a difficulty how to say each phoneme. When I was at school, we used to say "muh" and things like that, but now we just say "mm." So I've put that photo just to remind everybody when you're cooking, we say "mm." So if you hear that at the end, that's something we're trying not to do with the children.
So it's not "f," it's "f." It's not "l," it's "l," and it's not "m."
And don't worry, because the children are going to be making some very good videos soon to show you how to pronounce all the sounds.
To teach the parents how it's done.
So look out for those. And sounding out is really useful for writing and reading, and we really it's really important that the children get lots of chances to practice sounding out without having to do the correct spelling. So there's some examples of some of the writing that you might see.
Oh, I love you. That's so cute.
And there's mark making starts very early. So there's a picture of one of the children mark making in the snow. So all mark making is really
it counts, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes a long way to sort of that early writing experience. So all those kind of things outside, inside should be really encouraged.
And it's building their fine motor skills, and they've got better control of their pencils and later on pens. So yeah, excellent.
And their gross motor skills, so all that mixing, if you're cooking at home or doing the gardening, it builds all their arm muscles for writing.
So yeah, encourage them to be little helpers around the house as much as you can.
There we go. There's a few more examples. The sort of upright easel is a very good one for arm strengthening and muscle control.
Oh, fantastic.
We're using continuous cursive handwriting at Larkrise. So on the left of the screen is the examples of how we are teaching the children to write, and then on the no, on the left. On the right is the order in which we're going to be teaching the letters and how to write them.
And we teach them the entrance strokes, and slowly throughout the school. By year 6, we encourage them to write in joined up handwriting in all of their books, apart from in maths where you're dealing with digits.
And there's a link at the bottom if you want to have a bit more of a look. And there's lots of technical terms that the children are encouraged to use and learn. So they'll be very much used to sort of calling things digraphs, trigraphs. I'm not going to go through all of that now, but have a pause and a read if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. And something I found helpful when I was training is phonemes sound like when you're having a chat with someone on the phone. So it's how it sounds. And a grapheme, the root word there, graph, is a visual of how the words or
and
the
I
letters
remember grapheme, graphite pencil.
Oh, very good. Oh, I like that, Miss Pearson. Yep, very good, very good. Okay. Oh, and then Bug Club. Bug Club is something that we've subscribed to now for a few years, and this year, very excitingly, we've topped up our e-books with some actual physical books, and my very glamorous model here will show you the physical books. And Miss Pearson has been very, very busy over the summer holidays preparing all of these packs to go out. And when's the big launch? The big launch is next Monday.
Next Monday, yes. So all the children will be able to take home, like this is just one set, so the children can have the same book or the same phoneme and then all work through together as a class. So that's really nice, and they can also borrow other books too. But we're going to be moving the children right through the school from reception on the Bug Club program. If your child is at nursery, you'll still be able to borrow books too, but we're not going to start them on the Bug Club just yet.
Oh, very, very exciting. And if you have any questions about Bug Club or online logins and access, if you just speak to your child's class teacher, they should be able to give you new logins and get you all set up. And there's a link down there as well if you wanted to find out a little bit more. Oh, and here is a little bit of a blurry picture, but if you wanted to see a slightly clearer version or a zoomed in version, you could just Google Bug Club book bands, and on Google Images, you'd be able to see lots of those. I'm not sure why that's gone blurry, but it was clear a moment ago. But yeah, it just talks you through the colour banding, and as Ms. Pearson said, it's just on the back there.
Yeah. So green is towards the end of year 1.
Brilliant. The children would start there. I think it's lilac. They're books with just images and no words.
Yes. Yeah. So that your child will be given a reading diary, and it's really helpful if you want to record any reading that you do at home just once a week, not every time, because I know obviously you're very busy and everybody's probably reading lots as well. If you want to put any comments, then that's great. And we'll hear the children read once a week too. And yeah, so we're just trying to get the children to really, really enjoy reading books and borrowing books from the library, from the classroom.
I think a lot of that comes down to actually experiencing the book physically, whereas in the past we've just had the online Bug Club books, but now we're able to complement that with the physical book, and they can foster that love of reading and expose themselves to lots of different literature and texts. And we've also got the new development, which is the on-site school library that's in the pipeline, so that's going to be really, really exciting. So your child will not only have Bug Club books, but be able to borrow books from our brand new library at some point in the not so distant future.
And if the books are a little bit too hard at the initial stages, then always support your child by reading with them, and or reading it for them, and just encouraging them to read the words they can read. So sometimes you'll find that the Bug Club books are aspirational, so it's something to work towards, and the child can also borrow a book that's a little bit more at their level.
Fantastic.
Tricky words are words that are not decodable, and they're the common exception words. So we're going to be doing a few little films on how we teach those with the children. Letters and Sounds sort of talks about those too.
Yeah, and again, you can go back to the website that we referenced earlier to check that out in more detail.
The phonics screening takes place in year 1. Last year we didn't obviously have a screening test, but on the 7th of June there is a plan to do the phonics screening, and we will be following for the same for year 2 and just following the advice for that too. Usually the year 2 children who hadn't passed the year 1 phonics screening will get the chance to do it again, but we'll
keep you posted as and when we know anything else from the government. So a few strategies for how to help your child, how to keep them ticking over at home and complement the work that we're doing with them in school, is to try and read with your child daily as much as possible, even just for a short time, 5 or 10 minutes. Share a bedtime story as part of a routine. Make reading as fun as possible. Do the voices. Talk about the meaning of words. If there's any words that they're stuck on or tricky or they don't understand. Discuss the pictures in the books. What's happening? Why do you think this? What do you predict is going to happen on the next page or in the next book or on the next chapter? Playing word games like I Spy with My Little Eye, something beginning with "were." Is that right? Is that would be the totally opposite?
Was always a difficult one.
So Miss Trendler's used to year 6. We're not so phonicsy up there, but yes, exactly.
I always find
and also limiting screen time. But again, if your child would like to use a screen, you could get them to read the Bug Club books on the screen. That will also be within their phonics range to complement their reading of the physical books as well. And I can see Miss Pearson's linked to that Oxford Hour website down there.
Yeah, there's lots of good how-to videos on there, which are really, really good. So worth a look.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, if your child expresses a particular interest in graphic novels or non-fiction text, then get down to your local library because it's free and you can get as many books as you like from the local library. And even under the current circumstances, I think they quarantine the books when they're returned and they're all wiped down. So it's all very hygienic and it's free. So you may as well use resources on your doorstep.
And that's one thing to say, actually, when the children are borrowing books and returning them, we will be quarantining the books for 72 hours.
At school as well, yes. Yeah. Fantastic.
There's some more ideas here. We won't read them all, but there's some ideas for you to support your child when they're reading to you.
Fantastic.
And coming next, the videos that we were just mentioning, just watch out for those. Hopefully they'll be really enjoyable. And
the children will love watching themselves and showing you themselves their stardom.
It's going to be very exciting. And the last thing is I just came across this yesterday, which was on the Letters and Sounds website, and it sounds really good. They said it was a free phonics program that you can use, and the thing I liked is that it talked about using lots of common sense. So you can see at the bottom the word is cat, and it says to the child when they're starting writing the word, just the k for cat, to start at 2 o'clock. So they find the 2 as if it was on a clock and then go round. And I thought that sounded good. And they said that it's a very good program for adults too. So if any adults are struggling to read, it's a very good program for adults, children with special needs. So it might be worth somebody looking.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm going to check that out myself.
Yeah.
Right, now I'm going to exit this present mode. Let's see if I can do this. We'll go back to here. And I'm going to stop presenting and we should be back on screen.
Yay!
So thank you so much for your patience with that. And we hope it's been enjoyable and informative. If there's anything you're unsure of or you want some extra help with, do get in touch. Get in touch with your child's teacher, or you can email either of us via the school office. As I said, Ellen Pearson is the expert for phonics, and hopefully I can help you with all things Bug Club related as well.
So happy reading.
Happy reading. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.